Well, now he's got 4 on the enemy side.
True.
I suppose 5 if you count. Is your team? Yeah, it is your teammate if he's in your own role. You know, Rux was right behind him at Worlds. And Kars is against his former teammate in Humanoid.
True.
Grudge match, as Ender would say. Straight into the pick and ban. Nami taken away. Solution Nami denied from Mad Lions. Maokai banned. I think the meta right now is quite simple. It's just basically around jungle and bot. And that's where most of the focus goes. There are the power picks, like Jax, for example, which Jankos was touching on about early rotation. We saw Rise from Caps. Azir is also quite a high prior champion, but we don't see him often in the 1-2-3. So we'll see what both these teams want to look for, but this is almost like a must-win here for Fnatic.
That bad makes you quite sad, doesn't it, that one?
No, I like Elise, yeah. It's quite sad.
Any specific reason you like Elise?
No, no.
It's just a general... It's just a fun early game ganking jungler.
She's great at diving.
Yeah, she really is.
Ashe ban to deny the Ashe support. So we'll see what the last ban here is for Mad Lion. They've already targeted 2 junglers. Sejuani and Vi are kind of like the last 2 you think of next to Wukong. Are they really first pick worthy? You know, if Zeri is up, Vi is actually a fantastic first pick, and you take Varus, right? But I think Fnatic will take a Varus first pick any day of the week. Reckless seems to be his most comfortable champion is Varus.
Yeah, it's played it 3 times so far. This split has only won 1 of those 3 games. That's sometimes struggle, the Sivir being removed, and you say Fnatic likely to go towards the Varus. Definitely a possibility for them here. But you always can discuss the rest of the draft as well. If you get Varus on the side of Fnatic, Mad Lions could go Vi Zeri if they want. Go like Zeri Lulu down towards that bottom side. Then you see Fnatic pick up the Sejuani.
Yep.
Oh, I forgot that Yuumi exists.
Oh, okay. We're going to have to put up with a cat this game. And they're going to take away Zeri. So you can see Mad Lions' draft plan. We ban Sivir. You first pick Yuumi. We'll take away Zeri. So they're probably going to have to go for some kind of Ezreal here. Unless they want to play Lucian Yuumi, which sometimes the LPL does. But I don't really see it. But yeah, Vi pick here would be great. I think you can take away the drafts, really. I think your draft expertise is actually pretty good. I mean,
it's not that difficult. You just go through like the list of...
Oh, you're saying being a colorcaster is just easy?
No, I'm saying right now, draft is super easy. Sejuani instead of the Vi, but now Fnatic probably going to go for the Vi pick here.
Okay,
so you can lock down the Zeri later on. You could go Wukong as well, but I think Zeri provides a little bit too much safety against the Wukong. But Wukong Yuumi is a nice combination.
What AD carry are you thinking then?
I still think... I mean... Because it's Reckless, it's probably going to be Ezreal.
Yep.
You can go for something like the Lucian that you talked about. Alongside that, there's not really too many like S-tier Lulu, Yuumi AD carries left available for him.
True.
You really want to pick Sylas here? Okay.
Yeah, Sylas just instantly picked up here.
Oh, Humanoid putting the flex on as well.
Did he? Was that him with the biceps?
He flexed over Niski.
He's been lifting.
It's a bit of a challenge.
Saying he could bench him once he's locked in. I mean, Sylas is doing a bit of like a muscle tensing kind of.
Yeah, but all male champions since like 2018 are doing like full muscle things. Like,
yeah.
It's the reason we both go to the gym. We just want to do our Yone Yasuo cosplay together, Mark. You know.
I think we could pull it off. Yeah. I just need a lot longer hair. Yes. Wear a wig, I suppose.
You could wear a wig, and we also need, you know, the abs.
Yeah, we need. I've only got a 6-pack of beer, really. That's the only 6-pack I have. Anyway, so K'Sante might get picked up. I think the reason they took away the Sylas here is because Sejuani Sylas, it's really powerful. We saw BDS play it last game, but I think it's a bit of a no-brainer for Mad Lions to say, okay, we'll just go Lulu then and just pick up our best support. So then Fnatic can now target mid lane. Mad Lions can then target bot side. Actually, Twitch is something we overlooked.
Yeah.
I just think back to Reckless at Worlds with Twitch oftentimes.
Flashing forward.
Yeah,
that was a moment.
Yeah, no, I feel like Reckless in days past had actually a pretty big champion pool.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like now it's kind of like limited down to, I mean, we see things like the Varus, but I don't really see Reckless more recently as like a Kalista Lucian player or a huge Zeri player. I do know he played a little bit of Zeri in K-Corp, but lane dominance has kind of shifted away from him.
I think he's always had a few champions that he gravitates towards, like the Ken and Tristana in the olden days, Sivir as well, but he could play everything. Recently, we've seen him much more reliant on those singular carries that he is used to. With the Ezreal being banned away, Mad Lions agreeing with our take that perhaps the Yuumi could be teamed up with that. Rise and Jax now taken out of the pool.
They could just go Renekton here, really.
Yeah, safe top lane. Renekton, Sejuani, very powerful together.
Just depends if Niski wants to flex it. Akali could be something they look into as well. Any mealy mid would be good. We saw a Yone hover earlier on, but I'm not sure if we'll see that. Jace is another one that could work really well here as a flex. Any kind of mid lane that does well into Sylas, bruisery / melee that can be flexed. Yeah, Renekton's an easy one.
See, and you say I should do the draft, and once again you predict something not totally left field, but something
I think that was something you would have thought of. Though.
I mean, maybe, but it would have taken me like 10 mil minutes and like a Venn diagram of all the different champions to get to that point.
Yeah, no, Renekton. I think Gragas here for Wunder would be a bit of an easy one.
Yeah.
It's his bread and butter pick into the Renekton. And then what AD carry do you go for? I'm a bit confused here for Reckless. Ezreal Twitch is down, Sivir's down, Zeri's gone. Is it a Vayne game?
I don't think it's a Vayne game into Sejuani Zeri, my dude.
Is it a Vayne game?
I know that feels like a game that
Sejuani Renekton?
Yeah.
You know, just bang out a cheeky Vayne.
Varus is still up, and as much as Varus isn't the best with Yuumi, on hit Varus does still benefit a little bit from Yuumi.
I just think it's not going to... I don't know, I'm not sold on Varus
I
Yuumi.
agree. I'm very not sold on Vayne, though, so it's like this mixture of Kennen AD carry.
Kennen AD carry. A little bit of AP.
Where are you going, Reckless?
Xayah.
Okay.
Yeah, makes sense. They have,
Gives you some safety as well.
yeah, they have a little bit of dive. The lane will not be great.
Yeah, it's not going to be fun.
But yeah, it makes sense for all the team fights. And now Niski can just sees the whole comp. He can decide what he wants to go for. Anything like, you know, any kind of melee mid here would be a bit difficult into Gragas, especially. A mage would be good. They could self-peel. More shields for the Zeri. Yeah, I think Orianna makes sense. Cassio is also a really good pick. 3 melee champs that are diving in with the Yuumi on top of them.
Yeah.
You're peeling for your Zeri. Xayah is not the longest range either, just need to be careful of overcommitting. So Mad Lions has come very well-rounded meta style. Fnatic's comp is very... it's just a lot of answers. Gragas into Renekton, Sylas into Sejuani, making sure that he can take away that ult, look for engages, skirmish heavy.
That's often a struggle, though, when we see a team reaching for answers in draft rather than having a cohesive strategy going in. Often you see a draft that looks similar to this Fnatic one where, yes, individually the lanes look okay, or even in team fights maybe the AD carry's okay into what's happening, but cohesively you don't really fit together as a unit.
Yeah, I think if the fights are quite messy, Fnatic would love that, but in the straight front to back, I wonder how they're going to dissect the fight.
Yeah, how do you get onto the Zeri?
Yeah, they need Humanoid to take away Sejuani, will take away Lulu, will look for flanks, maybe a Wunder ult to disrupt their front to back. Because I feel like even though Renekton will struggle in the front to back, the Sejuani Zeri Cassio is just so one-dimensional in how they want to play fights that, yeah, Fnatic need to find different angles here.
Obviously, Mad Lions already locked into our top 8. Fnatic still on the outside looking in, currently sitting at 2 wins. Fnatic have never missed the playoffs. Obviously, it used to be top 6 as well, and now top 8 for them to miss it would be a massive fall from grace for the squad, but still 3 games for them to rectify that. If they win all 3, they are in. 5 wins locks you into that top 8. I think even 4 wins now can get you there. Let's see if Fnatic can do it today as they take on the Mad Lions. If you were to make a cheer at the start of games, you don't have to pick a specific team. If, say there was a K-Draw team,
Okay.
what would your cheer be?
You're nothing special, we lose every week.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
That would be my cheer.
Yeah, I think it's a good one, man. It's a good one.
Yeah. What would your cheer be?
I think something to the tune of Claire de Lune.
Elaborate.
I can't sing. But football, like good football chants are like these complicated interwoven narratives.
Oh, really?
Told to like classical songs.
Okay.
And so I think I would have something along.
So you're telling me that, you know,
lines.
all these football fans that are chanting all these things are just based?
Yeah, they're very based. Like,
Okay.
you have to have historical accuracy.
Yep.
Often involves insulting some of the players in some way,
Yep.
the opposite team.
Okay.
They're also a bunch of yobbos, English football fans, let's be honest.
Yeah. Well,
Just prepping for MSI, I'm getting my English lingo.
I just respect the fact they have songs for everything.
Yes.
Like, literally every country, every player, everything. They have songs for it. They just rip off some kind of pop song and then just redo the lyrics to fit the beat. And away they go. Ward from Niski. Just going to spot out Razork on his wrap to start.
Humanoid, I think, gets 5 gold from that ward as well. He's pinged it out. Niski will trade onto Humanoid here. It's going to be difficult for Humanoid in the lane. Cassio's extra range. You can see Niski already using the Twin Fangs, getting mana back as he kills minions from it as well. Humanoid can dash forward, but it's a struggle bus for the Sylas, especially in the first few levels.
Yep. Second wind, Doran shield, tank the damage. And every time, of course, Niski uses a spell,
Not actually running second
actually
wind.
running second
It's
wind.
going conditioning overgrowth, I think.
Okay. I mean, the conditioning makes sense.
Yeah.
But you can see every time Niski uses his E onto Humanoid, the creeps then pull aggro onto the Cassio, so the wave kind of pushes into him. So Humanoid will sometimes walk up on purpose, like he did earlier on, to make it so Niski hits him, to allow the wave to push in. And Niski won't hit him, because he wants to slow the push, if that makes sense. So sometimes a little bit of a mind game, and sometimes not even worth trading.
Juggling minion aggro, especially in top and mid lane, can be really important. Mid lane a little bit less punished for it, very hard to freeze the wave there, but top lane, those minion dynamics, minion mechanics can be vital to understanding how to hold your opponent at bay. Wonder's doing exactly that as the wave is going to sit here just outside his tower for a little bit, although that first minion dying means it will slowly push back towards Chase.
Kragas is really strong to just carry that barrel around everywhere, isn't he?
Yeah, you know it's got...
Doesn't even swap arms.
Gets the stun.
Little chunk.
Niski's like, cool. Thanks, mate. Twin Fangs goes forward, not just fast as well. Humanoid trying to get in. Razork has to flash away. Elyoya across the wall keeps Humanoid as bay as well. Spectral more hits once again. Razork trying to fight back against Elyoya here. Now, Elyoya does have the flash, but he's kind of locked in place. Niski stepping forward.
What is going on?
Humanoid able to get back in. Niski's still alive. Razork takes him, trying to get the possession, but cannot get the reset. A double for Niski.
Poison ticks through. Wow, Fnatic were so hesitant to take that fight. Hilly?
Whoa, there's a Hilly! Flash! Polymorph! And splat that cat!
Massive 2v2 kill there for Mad Lions. Kill over to Hilly. Instantly punishes Rux the second he's not on top of Reckless. Lane already going in their favor. Mid lane's going in their favor. Top lane's just a lane to go even in draft. So Mad Lions already off to a great start. 1,500 gold lead.
That's the most Hilly thing I think I've seen this
great.
week, because last week he flash polymorphed someone as well.
And did nothing, and left and refused to elaborate.
I mean, that's probably the most Hilly thing I've ever seen. But it, like, Kazi's running Cull in that lane, and I'm sure Rux is like, okay guys, like it's a bit of a farm lane, maybe we can get some damage down. Humanoid now looking up towards the top side of the and chasing. You guys know which side of the map is yours.
What is going on?
Lockdown does have the flash, but you can't get away from the Ruthless Predator. Wonder and Humanoid on the chase. Niski trying to push in the mid wave.
I feel like chasing Elyoya can turn this. They're playing Renix and Sejuani. I don't think Humanoid wants this fight. It's a mess. The whole map's just a mess. Razork's already really far behind. This is great early game from Mad Lions. Elyoya just punishing in the 2v2. Niski punishing Razork to try and stun him. Makes it so he gets his flash. And then knows exactly where he'll be out of base. Waits on the tri-bush, or on the bush rather, next to top lane. Calls Chasey over, and then they just make the play happen. All the meanwhile, Fnatic are looking for their own play up towards that top side. So we'll look at this again. Razork goes for the stun, but Niski lands the Q, so he pops Ghost, chases him down and gets his flash initially. So then why doesn't Fnatic just disengage here? Humanoid just wants to catch the wave. Here, I thought the fight was over, but Razork stays around, stuns Elyoya. The wave's still under Humanoid's tower. I wonder if Humanoid just calls here, let's just go on the Sejuani, maybe we can get the kill. But yeah, the Cassio doing so much damage. W hits both, the poison here just hits Razork as he's about to die there. Just ticks right there.
Yeah, the stun
and then the tick comes through. If it didn't tick, I think he could have got the reset, and maybe, I think he would die anyway. But at least he'd have a chance.
That battle between the junglers is one that we expected to be quite explosive coming into this game as well. Elyoya just having such a strong start to this one, such a strong start to Winter as well, around his team a lot of the time. And here we've seen he's teamed up with Chasey, he's teamed up with Niski, and he's really putting Fnatic on the ropes.
Yeah, they don't call him El Pollo for nothing. I mean, he just looks for the early plays all the time. Wants to force the play. Even though he's playing Sejuani, he is forcing topside. 3 out of 4 of the KP so far. Just going to be outpacing Razork here, although they are quite even on the clear. He's going to match him towards the top side. Razork skipping the wolves so he can get to level 5. He's looking for a play towards mid, but Niski just ticked over to level 6.
Kazi booted.
I think Niski can 1v2 them right now. I would be a bit worried as Razork here. If he gets found, he's dead.
Got to find Gaze on the way by Humanoid. Niski turns it back around, the stun onto Razork, and Elyoya's on his way. You can't escape the miasma. Niski survives. Conquest stacking up as well as they turn onto Humanoid.
He's dead as well.
Niski healing up, and Humanoid nowhere to go. Another double for the Cassio.
This Cassio is out of control. Fnatic tried to double down, all in the mid gank. It's a level 4 Viego. The amount of damage the Cassio did alone almost took Razork to 30-40% HP. It's really desperation plays here. Why is Razork doubling down so much in mid? Yes, Niski has no flash, but that's a level 6 Cassio, no information on jungle. And I mean, the only other argument you can say is what other lane can he play around? Top lane's quite difficult. You can never really look for the play. Chasey just pushes in waves and backs off. Bot lane's losing right now, but he's just maybe a little bit overforced here. Thought maybe Humanoid can dash in, get the slow, and then Razork can land the stun with the chain. They can kill him before. Look at the damage from this. not actually that much.
But he kills him in the end. Mark.
Yeah,
He kills him in the end.
It was the first Cassio he did the damage.
He stuns him out of his stun as well. The Viego was kind of charging up the Spectral more. Obviously, the Petra engaged there, meaning that...
Yeah, I mean, that's the definition of high risk, high reward. You know, you kill the Cassio, great, you can push out mid and the Viego's recovered. You don't kill the Cassio, that's a run of age in 7 minutes, you know? So, high risk, high reward. Niski is, yeah, he's gonna start taking over this game now.
I mean, Niski's got this rod that has, you know, gone down in aeons, gone down in the ages, and you look on the side of Humanoid, he's got, mate, you got a cloak and a ring. Good job, you've got a tiny little bit of shield and some little
and he's got his new Nikes
as well. Yeah. Don't think those classify as Nikes.
No, that's
at best,
like
that's like New
sandals.
Balance or something.
Yeah. Humanoid's been ganking top on cooldown. This is the second or third time he's visited here.
Dominus from Chasey. Humanoid steals it away. He'll kill the minions for a second there.
Sylas doesn't have much damage.
Chasey's running away. Wonder's trying to act towards the side. Flash with the Spectre, but the stun comes out and Chasey still gets the kill. And Chasey turns it over with Humanoid.
I think they're both dead.
Everything is going to pieces for Fnatic. Humanoid survives, but Chasey gets out of the 1v2 with a kill.
You know how there's, you know, April Fools?
Yeah.
You got Christmas. You got Thanksgiving.
Sure.
Is there Unlucky Day?
I mean, Fnatic have been in
well,
it for
we're not even allowed to watch anymore. It's not fair.
I'm sorry, guys. This show has a PG-13
Wait, what is that
rating.
timing, though? Like, what?
This is an R-rated show. I apologize to you all, but we cannot show what is happening on the Rift right now. I have seen less gruesome affairs in A&E. We will show you a replay of the break screen because it's still grotesque. Guys, do it again.
Wait, that's Chasey. Wait, no, that was Razork as Chasey. Okay,
so Razork killed Chasey.
Yep.
Niski killed Razork. Niski has 5 kills.
I thought the whole game messed up and Niski was just having friendly fire on or something.
League with friendly fire would be an abomination.
League with friendly fire would be great.
Holy moly.
It's just a massacre in the fountain.
You could flash cancel an ult on your own teammate then.
Well, that was just out of left field.
Yeah, well, you've been taking L's today, so I thought I'd deliver you
just
one
handing me them on cool. Wonder's ganking bot. Okay, here we are.
Okay, so Wonder's gonna gank here.
Ooh,
flash away. Hylissang rooted up, pops the wild growth, but he will fall. Kazi was able to get the flash away. Hylissang still very low. The heal. Hylissang gets away. No way. Featherstorm flash. Okay, Reckless gets him in the end.
Well, Wonder has taken up the responsibility of the jungle role. He is now roaming around. This Gragas with a Sheen will start ganking everyone. Good flash. Caught Hilly. Didn't react in time. Niski will take away the blue buff. And Chasey is now pushed in mid because I think Niski took over top to match the kill.
Yeah.
Wonder will then catch the wave. I mean, good play by Wonder. You know, at least he gets the ball rolling somewhere. Now bot lane at least can start winning, contesting. Reckless is the late game insurance. But this Sylas might be dove. Chasey's on the way up as well. It's a 3-man.
Okay, Humanoid has no flash.
He has ult though.
Steals away. Glacial Pit.
Is this the outplay of the century?
Miasma. Where's he gonna go, Kadril?
No,
where's he gonna go?
Wait, Niski's tanking. Maybe Wonder. Wait, what just happened? Did he drop aggro there for a second?
He dropped aggro.
Okay, Razor's here.
You will not die alone, I think is the motto of this Fnatic
We ride together, we die together. Fnatic for life. Razor just comes in and... Okay, this must be a replay of top. So Chasey was trading with Humanoid. Razork is then up towards the top side. Lands a stun, I guess, and then auto Q ulti. Takes the form afterwards. And Niski just ults him, I think, as he dashes forwards here. Yep, gets the kill. So Herald top tower is down. Niski is 3,000 gold ahead right now of the Sylas.
It's a 6,000 gold lead.
Yeah.
11 minutes into the game.
The game, that mid gank just broke the whole game.
Which one?
The second one. When the Cassio got the double kill and the Rod of Ages in base, that just...
Yeah.
The whole map just falls apart from that point onwards, because Elyoya and Niski can just run around the entire map, one-shot every single wave. They can basically 1v2 the enemy mid-jungle, but they're staying together, so they're just... Yeah, they're unkillable.
And for Fnatic, it doesn't look great right now. Obviously, as we look at the current standings, Mad Lions already qualified to our top 8. Fnatic sitting at 2 and 4. They play Astralis and SK for their final 2 games this week. 4 wins is kind of where you need to be, although it doesn't guarantee you playoffs yet, because BDS are at 4 wins and they haven't locked. But 3 wins could be a tight one. It could be dangerous for Fnatic, and at the moment, it's looking like they're likely not going to win this. Hilly no flash to get the final chapter in. Hilly will fall. Razor able to pick it up. The Yuumi helping him out with a little bit.
Okay. Humanoid's here too.
Elioya's here. Humanoid's joined the fray. Elioya's going to keep him at bay.
A couple more of those Fnatic need. Well, a couple hundred more. No, about
like 6 or 7 more.
Yeah, exactly. They just need to keep finding picks. Does Reckless have his Mythic in base? If he does, that'll be great for Fnatic. At least they have something to play around. Because right now the top side is in shambles. Wunder is 2 levels down. Actually quite close to level 9, so not the end of the world. Chasey's halfway through level 10. Should ding on this wave. But Humanoid can't ever step up in mid. He's just scared of dives. Can't win trades.
You just have no control of anything as Fnatic. Only the bot side, as you say, really a possibility. Demolish coming in here for Chasey as well as they look to try and take this 4th plate. Humanoid will finally step up, gets himself a single minion out of that wave, and is 40 CS behind at the 12.5-minute mark.
It's tough.
It is tough. I think tough is probably underkill for this sort of situation.
What would you use?
15. I will probably be 15 in this game. You got 2.5 minutes left to show me, Fnatic, that you have some fight left in you. They have been finding a couple of picks here and there. Reckless has got his mythic. Razork will get the red. Elioya getting away with Hylissang here.
Take this fight.
Petrifying gaze. Hits onto Elioya. The chase continues. Spectral more coming out as well. But the Glacial Prison turning around. Petrifying gets into Razork is enough. As Niski is dominating.
He's not done yet. No flash on Reckless.
Has to feather storm though. Yeah.
Has to ult the Q there. Niski would have just melted through his health bar. Good steal away on the red, but yeah, a little bit of an over chase. The stun hit Elioya, but he ults, gets the Radiant Virtue proc, and then he's fine. Doesn't even have to flash. Wunder knocks back Chasey. Here comes Humanoid, both level 9.
There is a Grump there. He's going to use the slice through Wunder. Don't know if he got the reset on that as Humanoid chases forward, flashes in the Dominus Poctus. Chasey trying to turn this one around in the 1v2. He's won this before. Healing from the Gore Drinker. And Humanoid is just burned down. Kingslayer back. But Chasey slices through him.
This is the second time that both the Fnatic solo laners have fought Chasey, and it's the second time they've lost in a 1v2. Reckless is kind of sitting there with Rux just basically spectators right now of just the massacre that is this top side. There's 8,000 gold lead almost in 13 minutes. Nothing's really going right, and he's going to lose his bot tower for that as well because he's had to catch mid waves because Humanoid's tried to make a play top, and of course mid tower is more important than bot tower. So it all stings right now.
Everything stings for Fnatic. On Mad Lion's side, you're pretty jolly about this game. Things have gone pretty well for you. You know, you're 8,000 gold ahead at the 14-minute mark, and you are looking at trying to get into those top seeds. They can still challenge. Currently sitting at 4 wins, could get to 5.
Do you know there's one thing wrong with what Mad Lion's doing right now?
What is it?
Cassio has no boots. What is he doing?
Oh, man!
Niski needs to buy some boots.
I mean, Cassio, the epitome of scaling, obviously, in a game like this, alongside Renekton, scales very well.
He's going to go Rylai's next or something, so it's going to be...
Missed the joke, but it's fine.
Did I?
It's the epitome of scaling. That's Renekton and scale well. Because Renekton obviously doesn't scale well. In case anyone's tweeting at me right now, being like,
maybe it's like a double entendre. Is that what that word is for that?
Oh no, that double entendre tends to be more provocative.
Oh.
As a
what is it when it's like, it's got a hidden meaning for something that's obvious, but it's the opposite. So it's Renekton has scales, but it doesn't scale well.
Yeah, I know what you're trying to get to, but I don't know the word for it.
Yeah, me neither.
And I feel like
that's why I took a shot in the dark.
Yeah, double entendre tends to be more like a oops-a-daisy, you know, like it's more provocative. I don't really want to explain it much. Just shut up about it.
It's not an English lesson.
That's what I'm gonna do. Yep.
Is it English? No, I don't know. Okay.
Right now, Fnatic are being taught how to play snowballing League of Legends here. Mad Lion's still in a pretty big lead. Hylissang trading onto Razork.
He wins those.
Come on, Hilly, you got this, man. You got Shurelias. That's so much AP for you. Straight into him. Protect the control ward at all costs.
Yeah, and they're gonna get top tier 2 by the looks of it. Wunder might throw out. No, he can't throw out the ult. There's no one close enough.
Okay,
here comes it. This is it. All in for Fnatic. Try and get some kills.
Final chapter coming out. Niski able to dodge to the side. Vectors with a quick cleanse away from the Glacial Prison. Niski's not back with the Petrifying Gates on it. Phantom Storm being used. Niski exhausted.
Big shutdown.
The flash from Reckless. The shutdown goes over to Razork. And now the fight can really begin because Niski's already down, and that's so much of Mad Lion's gold. Reckless trying to heal up a little bit. Chasey going back in. Razork diving forward, diving back. Elioya on the front line now as Cards. He's still untouched throughout the entirety of this fight. Is bolstered by Hylissang, but cannot find much more. Huge shutdown over to Razork.
Yeah, he's actually ahead in gold of Elioya now because of that shutdown. I thought it was going to go over to Reckless, and I think it should have gone over to Reckless, really, but the beauty of that fight is once the Cassio dies, the Viego gets the Cassio on their side, right? So Razork was just melting through Mad Lions, and that's why the fight was so good, but he had to ult out of it, and that's when the fight returned in Mad Lions' favor. Wunder contesting 1v2 here. Doesn't have TP on Humanoid, I believe. So maybe he's just spotting them out, trying to threaten something. And, well,
yep,
he's gonna have to flash for it.
They didn't have vision, so they couldn't stun him across the wall, I think, there, because the stun was available. Maybe just out of range as well for Elioya, but the Rift Arrow taken by Mad Lion 17 minutes in. Let's have another look at this fight.
So it starts off with Razork going onto Elioya, but Niski's the target. He actually gets ulted back from Wunder here in a second. You can see off the right there, Humanoid TPing in. Here comes the ult from Wunder, knocking him into the rest of Fnatic. But as he does that, he ults. Lands on Reckless, the cleanse comes out, I believe. Or it doesn't actually last for long, just ults the Q of Cassio. There's the flash from Niski, but over to the left, not over to the wall. Then E-flash from Reckless to get all the damage down. And then this is where Razor gets the Cassiopeia soul, flashes forwards, gets the Q onto Chasey, and then starts melting through the Renekton with the Cassio body. Then he jumps out of it, and that's when Fnatic have to retreat.
You can see the damage that Razor is able to put down in fights if he can get that Cassio form. I was wondering what would happen if Viego stole a Cassio soul when Rod of Ages was at like 9.5 stacks, or like 9 3/4.
Yeah.
And then it takes over to 10.
Does he get a free level up?
Does he get a free level up? That would be really
Does
interesting.
the
I doubt it works that way, but it would be funny if it did.
no idea.
I did test once, if Viego steals your soul, he still stacks his own jungle item. He doesn't stack your jungle item if he takes a jungle account.
Okay, I mean, it's about the Rod of Ages thing. I presume it doesn't give you a free level up.
I agree, but it would be funny.
But you never know. I've seen weirder and wilder things in this game.
And right now, Fnatic not really seeing much of their own jungle at all. You can see Wunder up towards the top side, just trying to get an objective bounty. Still an 8,000 gold lead for Mad Lions, still 30 seconds or so on the Chem Tech. Drake would be the third dragon of the game for Mad as well. And Fnatic very much on the back foot here. Need a lot more of those fights, a lot more times when Niski is caught out, but he's now got 3 items. Rift Herald being used in the bot lane as well.
I mean, Niski's Rod of Ages is finished. Humanoids hasn't even started. That's the biggest issue they have right now.
It's on his way, man. He's trying. He's trying to stack it up. We saw G2 actually in this position just push down the bottom lane, but I think Mad Lions don't want to do that. They're just going to look for the inhibitor.
18
They will take it.
What do we think about the 18-minute inhibitor?
Well, I think in this game, I think it's fine. I'm going to be honest, because I think they have enough tools to close out the game. The risk obviously is...
That's what they all say.
I mean, yes. And if Mad Lions lose from this position, I will happily eat my words.
I know, LS will be sitting there.
I'll eat a sock if Mad Lions lose from this position, I'll be honest.
Are we going to cook this sock, or are we just going to eat it raw?
It can just be raw sock, maybe some ketchup.
Is this a new sock, or is this a...
It can be a sock that you've worn.
Okay, well, okay. Okay, so if Fnatic win this game, Medic will eat a sock with ketchup. I don't know how that happened, but it just happened in the last 10 seconds.
I just realized what I've committed to.
Yeah, no,
There's no
really interested
way
to watch you do this.
lose from this position, though.
Surely they don't lose this game, right? Humanoid won't recover on these init bot waves. Reckless won't be a 5-item Zaya in 10 to 15 minutes time. And
man, you've got Cassio and Zeri, and you have a Baron.
well, you're feeling a bit stressed now, aren't you?
I am.
Are you sure you can cast this game?
No, we're good. We're good. Maybe obviously, if Fnatic do mount a comeback, what a comeback it would be for them, and solidifies their hopes at making it into the top 8 as well. Mad Lions, though, still trying to stymie those for the moment at least. Baron up in 10 seconds time. Mad Lions can try and gain control around it.
Niski really strong now. Just picked up the needlessly large rod. That means he's got 2 now. Baron spawning. You can just rush that straight down with the Zeri. We'll see what they look for with this top push and mid push. Fnatic need to respond, get some vision around this Baron just in case they do look for it. TP behind.
Humanoid has TP, Glacial Prison going wide. Wunder the target though, is trying to get away, does have the barrel. Chasey coming in, the barrel though. Ruthless Predator is enough into the CC chain here. Wunder nowhere for him to go. And Mad Lions pick up another kill, immediately ping over towards the big purple worm.
Yeah, I think Humanoid will try to get this bot tier 1. It's an objective bounty, then try to base. He needs a little bit of mana and then TP in. That's if Fnatic do want to contest this, or they can just try to push mid and get this mid tier 1. What is the call?
At the moment, looks like they're going for the bounties, maybe for a steal, possibly from Razork. Reckless now stepping forward. Humanoid yet to base.
This is your moment, Razork. Can you make Medic eat the sock?
Look at all of Mad Lions immediately jump across the wall. Keep Razork at bay, keep Fnatic at bay. And Mad will secure the Baron. 10,000 gold there, lead now. 21 minutes in.
Yeah, so far ahead. I don't really know how Fnatic can find a way back in now. They're just going to start the siege with Baron, and what they will do is, even if they don't take your Nexus, they'll at least take 2 inhibitors minimum, and then they can just turn towards a Soul. So Fnatic need to make a last stand somewhere, try to take a fight, next spikes, maybe Zhonya's on Humanoid. That's about it, a BF sword maybe on Reckless, and then just go all in. If they can kill the Cassio and take the Soul and have one of the Mad Lions carries on their side, then that's the only real copium take that they can find a way back in.
Yeah, how do you even do it though, right? Your
Stopwatch,
jungle is in your own. You don't have any vision. It's a stopwatch, as you say, on Niski. He's got both sums. Everyone on Mad Lions have their sums, apart from Chasey's TP. Now Mad Lions pushing in this mid lane. Wunder looking for something. And yeah, a little bit too far up. Will dash away with the Arctic Assault.
I thought Wunder was going to throw ult there as Elionia was a little bit stepped up a little bit too far. Chasey's here now, looking to help his team. He's not sure if he wants to split away Niski as well. Once they get this tier 2, they need to push in top as well, ideally.
I mean, that's the one good thing for Fnatic right now. That top wave is all the way near where the tier 1 used to stand, and so they don't really have to deal with 2 waves of pressure. Instead, they just have the super minions in the bot, and then Mad Lions pushing in this mid lane. Now Nisqy will go up towards top and get that wave, try and sync it up with this mid lane wave, although not the best sync that I've ever seen.
Oh! A wild Krakus has appeared. Mad Lions get a little bit surprised. Are they engaging here?
Because they know Chasey got blasted the other way as well. They look for the engage. Flash away from Hylissang.
Flash from Razork as well, though. That's a really crucial engage point that Fnatic have lost now. It's on Wunder. It's on Wunder to find an engage.
And he's on vision.
Pushing top from Nisqy, pushing bot from Chasey, 3-man mid. Razork may be calling here for a pick onto the Cassio, but he's the one that's getting caught.
Uses the Heartbreaker away from Miasma there. Would have been rooted in just a second if he couldn't get out of it. Chasey fighting Humanoid on the Nexus towers. Mid lane inhibitor tower, the target for Kazi and Hylissang. No wave there for them now. Second wave bolstering up that top lane though, as Mad Lions going to try and split Fnatic around the map once again. Looks like the top lane inhibitor is forfeit here for Fnatic. The Nexus towers, as with super minions on them, mean that they have to back away and try and defend. Another wave in the mid lane now, and Mad Lions are just pulling Fnatic all over the map. Wunder still looking for this engage. Humanoid going in the battle onto Nisqy, but he doesn't even get knockback. Glacial Prism being used now as Nisqy starts the offensive. Mad Lions on the chase, on the prowl here. The roots coming out from Reckless. And even the final chapter just used to disengage, but this is 3 inhibs for Mad Lions, 23.5 minutes in, and they are not stopping yet.
Might be over. They still have Cassio to work with, and the Lulu Ult towers are being chunked out. Only 3 caster creeps left, but another wave coming through mid, another wave coming through bot. They need to get this bot in him again.
I'll go down. Chasey will start it up. Elyoya there as well. Fnatic do have defender's advantage here. They can get back, they can heal up a little bit quicker, but Mad Lions aren't really taking too much damage right now as Nisqy opens up once again with the Twin Fangs. A Medusa-esque cosplay here from Nisqy. Mythological in his power. And no real defense for Fnatic. Baron has expired, so these waves no longer buffed up. Super minions on their way, though. Double in the top and double in the bot lane. Petrifying Gaze stolen away, but it doesn't hit anyone. Razork gets the stun onto Elyoya, but once again, Mad just disengage and look for their opportunity to take down these Nexus turrets. Fnatic, last chance saloon on this game at least, as the weekend may be getting away from them right from the very start. They still need to make it into the top 8. They have never missed playoffs before, but Mad Lions are not giving them an opportunity to breathe. Elyoya falls low, but heals up right at the end with a heal. I think they're from Kazi. Nisqy kills off Humanoid. Fnatic just retreat to their fountain, but the Nexus is not even the target for Mad Lions. Instead, they want more blood. Reckless kills off Hylissang, but there's little he can do as he can only watch as Mad Lions secure the win.
5 wins on the board now for Mad Lions, means they tie up with G2. We'll see how Vitality's game goes on later today and see if they can tie up for first place.